Many commodities of freight travel by rail, but the most interesting are the military trains. These trains carry tanks, Humvees, munitions, fuel, and other things. Julie and Ian are normally assigned to these trains because they're long and very heavy. But if the load is really small, then one of the smaller engines could be sent to do it. On this particular day, Larry was sent to the military base with a short train. Larry puffed carefully over the switches and into the military interchange yard. There he found Major, an S-160 steam locomotive that had been there since World War II. "Larry, it's not the weekend," Major said, surprised. "What are you doing here?" "I normally don't like to give up my branch line," Larry replied, "but I love coming down here to the base. So when Alex said there was a military train up for grabs, I offered to take it." Major was confused. "Who's Alex?" "Well, Dave went on to the Denville and Western, so Alex is our new road foreman of engines." "Actually, he's the calmest road foreman I've ever met," chuckled Larry. "Does he work well with Mr. Egan?" "Well," continued Larry, "Mr. Egan's not here anymore either. He went on to be a railroad inspector, so we have a new manager named Miss Caldwell. She's firm but fair, and not afraid to get her hands dirty. She's also very loud," he chuckled, "and takes no nonsense. She already lit a fire under Roger and Milton." "Those two troublemakers need it," laughed Major. "Any more changes?" "Well, we have a new diesel named Scion that's in charge of a train called the Shoreliner, and..." Oh, said Larry. My apologies. "And you have a new recruit here." "I see," smiled Major. "We were expecting you. What's your name, youngster?" "Jet," replied the diesel proudly. "Jet, nice name. Welcome to the U.S. Military Railway." Larry was uncoupled and returned to the shed's light engine, while Major coupled onto Jet in the delivery and took them into the base. Major took him to meet Bradley, the diesel locomotive, as he was shunting cars in the munitions yard. "Bradley, I'd like for you to meet our new recruit, Jet." "Hello." Bradley just looked him up and down. Finally he said, "Aren't you a little small for this kind of work?" "I may be small," Jet snapped, "but I'm very useful." We'll see about that." And with that, Bradley dieseled away. The next day, Jet was put to work. Cargo for the military was heavy, and he struggled moving cars around. When he would try to start with a load, his wheels would slip furiously, but Jet refused to give up. That evening, Jet was on his way from being refueled when he heard voices. "I told you he was too small." "Come on, Bradley. This was only his first day." "I don't care. That performance was terrible. What if it was World War III? Our job is to move shipment fast and efficient. With him, we'll lose." "Now you're being dramatic." "Okay, maybe I am being a little dramatic, but all the same, he has to go." Jet didn't want to listen to the rest of the conversation. He just sighed and went sadly to his shed. Saturday was a special day. A rail fan group chartered a special train to tour the military base. Taylor was in charge of the special train. She took it as far as to Quarry Junction, and from there, Major took it over. Major enjoyed the long run. He didn't get them as often. Once at the base, the soldiers took them on a tour. After lunch, the passengers reboarded the train. The conductor gave the all clear, and Major started. He steamed through the interchange yard on the way to the main line. They didn't know that someone had accidentally left the derailer set. It's a slight grade to get to the main line from the base, so Major was pulling hard. They rounded the bend and saw the derail ahead of them. "Stop, stop, stop!" shouted Major. His driver quickly hit the brakes, but they were going way too fast to stop in time. Major derailed, leading to his right side, but luckily none of the passengers were hurt. The conductor had to run back to the base for help. The conductor approached Bradley first, but he refused to help. "Can't you see I'm helping unload tanks? I can't go." Jet overheard what was happening. "Maybe I can help." "I guess that train's not moving anytime soon," smirked Bradley. Jet ignored him and made his way to the interchange. At the interchange, engines running on the main line were given slow orders because of all the activity around Major to prepare him for derailment. Jet came up to the back of the train and was coupled up. He took several deep breaths and pulled. At first, Major didn't move, but Jet kept trying. And soon, little by little, Major began to move. Keep going, you're doing it, called Major. Jet didn't reply. He was too busy concentrating on pulling. He pulled and pulled until finally Major was back on the firm rails. The passengers cheered and Major blew his horn in delight. In the interchange yard, his crew inspected him. "Well, Major, your axle's damaged. You can't pull the train like that." "Don't worry," said Jet confidently. "I've got this." Major was placed on the siding, and Jet took lead of the train. It was long and heavy, but Jet kept it moving. The coaches cheered as Jet pulled them along the main line. The sun was setting by the time they reached the Quarry Junction. Taylor was surprised to see Jet and congratulated the little diesel. After a short rest, Jet headed back to base. He was surprised to see Major still in his siding. "What are you still doing here, Major? Don't tell me that Bradley was too caught up in himself to come pull you back." "No," said Major. "I wanted to wait here for you." You did?" Jet said, a little confused. "I want to make sure I thank you as soon as you got back here." "You're welcome," replied Jet. "It was the right thing to do after all. You've proven today that you will be a fine Army engine." Well, that made Jet smile proudly.